From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching Thunder Cover. I'm Jenny Carlson. Darnell Mayberry joins us on the phone from Orlando, where he's taking in Summer League action. And Darnell, we've seen the Thunder play a couple games already. What have been your early impressions of this young group in Orlando?
There's been some really nice individual performances, some guys that really impressed. They really haven't put all the pieces together yet. They're still trying to learn each other and get a feel for the week and each other's tendencies, things like that. But I think Jeremy Lamb has been impressive. He's being asked to do a lot of different things that he doesn't normally do, create shots, orchestrate the offense, basically run the team in certain spots. But he's done a good job of it. He hasn't really been shooting the ball well, but I've been impressed with his leadership and just how he's run the team.
Well, you mentioned that he hasn't been shooting it well, but he hits a huge shot in the game on Monday that wins the game, sort of showing that big shot ability. Is that sort of one of those things, too, that you have sort of seen growing in him? And what does this all sort of portend for him with what he's doing out there for this team?
Well, I think, the future is bright for Jeremy Lamb. I think anybody on the Thunder's coaching staff or any of the Thunder players will tell you the same thing. They really are high on Jeremy, and whenever he just puts all the pieces together, they're not expecting him to come in and be tremendous from the start. I mean, they know it's going to take some time, and he's going to have to be patient, and we're going to have to be patient watching him. But you're seeing flashes of, I hesitate to say brilliance, but you're seeing flashes of really good, solid play out of Jeremy Lamb. And that's all he'll need to be if he's going to be surrounded by Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant when the regular season starts. They just need him to be solid, make some perimeter shots, show that he can be a floor spacer behind the three-point line, and occasionally make some plays with the ball in his hands, but also provide some good defense, which he's doing throughout the first 2 days here. So I think he's going to be a nice, serviceable player this coming season, and who knows, down the line, he could be an even better player.
Another guy that we saw a little bit of in that Monday game was Reggie Jackson. He gets hurt and has to leave the game, had a cut above his eye after running into his own teammate. But he sort of had an off day. But, Darnell, we've seen what this guy can do. I mean, is his performance in this summer league, does it mean much at all?
I think you'd like to see some improvement. I wouldn't write it off completely. Because he does need to improve his three-point shot. He does need to improve his decision-making. He forced some passes today, had 7 turnovers, and, I wouldn't read too much into that, but you don't want him to have a tendency of forcing passes and turning the ball over. So those are the little things that I look at. But he went 2 of 7 today for only 4 points. I don't think anyone should read anything at all into that, because we know what Reggie Jackson can do for the most part at this point. He played fantastic in spurts throughout the playoffs when Russell Westbrook went down. So he's just really here being a leader and really showing the young guys the ropes.
Lastly, Darnell, obviously these Thunder draft picks that recently drafted guys now in Thunder uniforms are getting a chance to see Steven Adams. We're getting a chance to see Grant Jarrett, Andre Roberson. Have any of those guys in particular impressed you? Or maybe some guys names we aren't as familiar with? Who has maybe surprised you a little bit in these Summer League games?
Well, Grant Jarrett, the 40th overall pick that the Thunder traded, I think it was with Portland to get in the draft a few weeks back. He really can shoot the ball. I mean, he showed off his shooting yesterday and today. He made 4 three-pointers in each of the first 2 games, and he's really developing or showing that he might be able to develop into a nice stretch 4 type of a player, one of those big men who can step outside and really knock down a three-pointer or be a pick-and-pop type of guy. So Grant Jarrett is a guy who I didn't know much about coming out of Arizona. And, in fact, the 17 points he scored in the opening game on Sunday were more than he had in his first season in Arizona last year. So the guy is off to a great start here in Orlando.
Thunder back on the floor on Tuesday. Darnell, remind us of the particulars of that game.
Well, they're going to play Detroit tomorrow, and, I think it's going to be more of the same. There's going to be questions about whether Daniel Orton and Reggie Jackson can go. Steven Adams and DeAndre Liggins didn't play today. I expect to see them back in uniform tomorrow and on the floor. So more of the same. They just want to get these young guys some more minutes and some more reps doing some things that they want to see them do. Daniel Orton has really played well, so hopefully he can take the floor tomorrow and really continue to progress and develop in the things that he's doing so far this summer.
All right, great report from the Orlando Summer League. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.